Here is Barkley, left side, big hole, 6-1, Barkley! Uh-oh! Barkley! Goodbye! Dunk it in. Doncic, 47!
I'll give him a dunk. On a night you had 47 points, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Moss the back, Karras the snap, Moss the block. Burrow going deep, he's got him! Touchdown! Jamar Chase!
LeBron leaked out, they didn't see him. Here he is down court. It's up and in! Will it count? LeBron James at the buzzer! 23-yard completion. Here goes Taylor. With Pierce in front. Touchdown, Colts.
Curry gets free. Curry puts up a three.
Bang! Bang! He ties the game with 6.3 remaining.
Mahomes flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught. Touchdown.
Timeout. SGA. Probing. Piercing. Spinning. Hanging for the lead. And SGA knocks it down with just under a second to go. Hit road. Oh, come on. Justin Jefferson. You got to be kidding. Makes it look so routine. Greatest catch that never existed in NFL history.
Edwards puts up a three. It's good. Anthony Edwards once again. Edwards electricity here in game 4. Here's a first and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Baltimore.
He's in practice. Giannis says no. Back the other way, Trent. Giannis inside. At both ends.
Let's go full screen. Yo, what's up, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. This is the sharp side. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. Miss Herway, appreciate you tapping in. As Mac, appreciate you tapping in as well. A little different here because it's just a later afternoon stream from what we had started earlier. Ross, appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. Ross, Bodega DFS, and Night Fox. Appreciate all y'all for tapping in. Shorty, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. So if you check the banner down below, that's going to be everything I have played so far, both on stream earlier, plus 2 late ads, being Luka and then Drake May in the NFL. Wrong screen. We did get through most of the NFL already. Mac, appreciate you tapping in, bro. Let's just go full screen for this. And let me just talk about each one of my plays individually. So Kevin Porter Jr., this play did actually move against me a little bit. I believe I lost. This was just a half a unit play as well. Locked it in at about 125 this morning. Now that price is up to like 140. I think the movement was because Giannis was questionable. So obviously without Giannis, he'll have better volume. But even with Giannis versus the Wizards, who allow like the second most threes per game this season, just going to attack this spot. And I do think he's going to get decent minutes. The minutes might be somewhere in the like high 20s, mid to high 20s. All right. Second play was Tobias Harris under 5.5 rebounds. That one was juicy. Just 1 unit of risk. John Collins under 20.5 PRs. Absolutely love that line. Luka, I did not go over, so we'll start there and then just kind of go through the NBA and NFL each real quick. The Lakers have the late game versus the Suns. Luka's crushed historically versus the Suns, averaging 38 points, 55.5 PRAs in his last 6 matchups. This season, he's averaging 53 PRAs per game. 49.4 in his last, but if you look, a lot of those have minutes sub 33 when he's averaging 37. So when we look when he even has 33 or more minutes this season, he's over in 12 of 13, averaging 55.7. It is a little higher than I make it. I make it right about 52. Regardless, though, I see plenty of value there on Luka Doncic. All right, I do believe we left off earlier on the Clippers game. So actually, yeah, first things first, interest. Oh, wow. Was going to be interested, like if Bam was like, if we got like a Bam 18.5, would have been tempted. Current prices, though, probably efficient. I will check versus my model. Miami Heat versus the Clippers. I know I added this. One second here. Let me do a quick update and yeah, I need to do this. This. Got a couple NBA games to get through. Kevin Porter is now at plus 125. Like I said, bro, I still like it. It moved against us a little bit, but I'm not tripping over it. M. Knight, appreciate the likes and the retweets. We played it at plus 115. Now you say you've got a plus 125. Yeah, I still love that. Still love that spot. Best price I see is a 142 at FanDuel. So like I said, it did move against us, but we've done really well versus lines that have moved against us this season. Let me check my numbers for Bam Adebayo, Miami Heat versus the Clippers. Bam. Okay, I would lean over now, but with everybody returning, they're pretty healthy. I'm going to stay off of it. Model's going to stay off of it. I was hopeful we would get like a 20.5, and I would have ran that under, but at the current prices, not interested. Don't think it's the right day to back a Khalil Ware, and honestly, like a Zubac under might be decent. He's got a tough little matchup here. What's the model say about a Zub PRs? Still likes the over slightly. Does like the points under, but the rebounds over. Okay, points under, rebounds over for Zoo. What do I make the points? Zoo 16.99, 17.5, not much of an edge. Lean under Zoo, nothing official. Harden, I do think is interesting. Because they do have to worry about Kawhi now, so it's not – and they're also, like – they're still a good defensive team, but it's not the, like, just destroy your main primary ball handler now. Okay, so, yeah, as I said, points are over. I'm at 29, which is exactly what he had in the last game. He had 29 versus them earlier this season. Okay, I like that as well. James Harden over his points might be our next ad. James Harden points. Yeah, James Harden over his points might be our next ad. I've got 09. I got a plus money at Hard Rock. I mean, I really like it at plus money. No bigs also at plus money. What do I make Harden's threes out of curiosity? A slight edge over at 3.9, but not as much. Numbers do kind of look like shit with Kawhi Leonard, though. Lean over Harden points. Not enough to bet it, but I do lean over Harden's points. Keep in mind, John Collins PRs we already ran. I'll go see if it's moved at all. Nope, 20.5 still. Really like that John Collins PR spot. Really, really like this John Collins PR's under spot. Norman Powell number feels way too low. They allow the most points from above the break. I make it 22.37. Lean over PRAs, but points is the clear favorite here. 20.5, 115 at FanDuel seems to be the best number. Think I got to run this Norman Powell over. I really like his volume, even with Hero back. 5 and 6 3-point attempts in the 2 games, 11 and 16 field goal attempts. I want to be around 15. We also got sub minutes here in what I assume to be a blowout. No, they only won by 3. Sub minutes, foul trouble? No, just didn't have it. Just didn't have it. I don't think we're going to see a lot of games sub 28 or sub 30, 33 in the last one. I got to go look at something. Win by 32, win by 36. Like I said, model is 22. I think I'm going to run this at FanDuel right now. Norman Powell over 20.5 points. NBA. Little revenge narrative too at the crib. We're doing a little shopping here on Norman Powell's points over. Doing a little shopping here on Norman Powell's points over. Props.cash made an update. NBA. Powell. Going to MGM. Looks like MGM might have a really good alt price, but even if you can't get the MGM, I would like the over 20.5. If the MGM's off, I'm going to take it, but I do still think 20.5 is playable. Players 20 plus, see all. No, it's at 165. Okay. Good deal. I'm playing the FanDuel 20.5 minus 112. Hold on, I'm here. FanDuel. Player points, Norman Powell, 20.5. I got a 115. Is that the best price? That's 21. Yeah, 115 best price. Yep, going once, going twice, and sold. Got that. FanDuel asks how we can improve the app. How about you don't limit me? All right, pal, don't hook us. Do not hook us. Norman Powell, over 20.5 points, adding that to the card now. Norman Powell, over 20.5 points. Got it. Show. Moving on from Norman Powell. I do like Hero's volume in the first couple games. I do lean over his threes. If anything, lean over Tyler Hero's threes, but nothing official there. We can move on to Chicago versus Orlando. What's our injury news in this one? Kobe White is out. Jabari Smith, Zach Collins, Okoro, Peala, Wagner. All right, we've got an idea of what's going on. Remember, Vucevic started his career in Orlando. I don't think there's any revenge narrative left. Wendell unders might be interesting. Of course, I've got to do this real quick. 1 second. Let me go run my edge for Wendell Carter Jr. here. Orlando Magic. Wendell Carter Jr. Points under, yes. Rebounds, not so much. Still a decent PR edge, but model likes the points considerably better. In that last head-to-head, what was closer? Okay, he couldn't score for fuck, but he did have 13 rebounds. Okay. Wendell Carter under his points is looking like it's going to make the slip. 115 at DK. 115 at DK. Looking like it's going to make the slip. Wendell Carter under points. They are dead last inside the restricted area. I will give them that. '26th in rebounds, 23rd in assists allowed. Hey, you're not lying, bro. And notice how his points didn't move at all. That's funny. That's hilarious. Yeah, I forgot about that. I did see that on the timeline. I did see that they were together on the timeline. So shout outs to them. Hey, I got no hate for Angel Reese. She's from Maryland. So shout outs Angel Reese. She's from Maryland. I can't hate on the Maryland. I can't hate on the Maryland folk. I think I'm running this, dog. I know they suck, they being Chicago's defensive interior. Let's do this real quick. Man, 81% hit rate on the over for the last 10 centers they've played. All right, that's just enough to keep me off of Wendell Carter. I do lean under. Oh, that was board specifically. Let's check points. Okay, points are not as bad. Definitely still some nasty outings here. Patrick Reed had 28 on them, boys. All right, yeah, I'm going to stay off Wendell Carter's unders. Giddey, no Kobe White. Good defensive matchup, and by good defensive matchup, I mean the defense that they're playing is good. He had 21, I believe this was opening night. No, 2 or 3 days after opening night. Honestly, a Giddey RA under might be the look, and we don't normally do that. No, honestly, the model still leans over rebounds. Assists kind of split. Points slightly lean over. I'm going to leave it at nothing for Giddey. But I would lean under if I had to bet it. I'd lean under Giddey if I had to bet it. Franz Wagner. $17 in the last matchup versus Chicago. Man, I know my motto is going to tell me to bet this under, and I'm going to fucking hate it. No, it doesn't, and that makes me feel better because now I have no conviction to. Motto would slightly lean over here. I think it's because of the defensive play types. Look, I built this thing to be smarter than me. So I'm going to just stay off of it. I think my best results come when I agree with it. I lean under, model leans over. Let's just make this a no play. Rebounds and assists, slight lean over on the rebounds, slight lean under on the assists. I am tempted at that assist under, to be honest. He only had one in the last matchup. I am tempted with that assists under. It's juicy, but you could pair it. Fran's assist under is tempting. Fran's assist under is tempting. Keep an eye on that one. I know we are tipping off. Oh, this game doesn't tip off for half hour. Everything for the 7 o'clock games is finished, by the way. You'll see it scrolling on the – I do have it up, right? Yeah, you will see it scrolling. All right, let's move on to Goga Bitadze. Desmond Bane is banned, and by banned, I mean it's not even bro's fault. It's my fault. Like, I just never spot him correctly. So he's banned, but that's more of like I can't figure him out opposed to like he just sucks. Bitadze, what? Over 12.5 PRAs. I'm going to have to go to my back end to check that. Do. And then we will go to the Orlando game. Chicago versus Orlando. Bitadze. My PRA number is 14.45. So, yes, I do lean over. Chicago's dog shit. 14 in the last one, which is right around what my model projections are. Y'all be asking me about these dudes that don't play no minutes, and you put me in hard spots because, like, what do I make Bitadze's minutes? I make them 16.65. Is that fairly fair? It's really close to a season average. What's his last 10 average? About the same. Dave, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. We've been crushing over here, man. Appreciate you tapping in. Yeah. I do lean over here. You say the minutes at 16 plus. Yeah, that's 16 plus, but we got to put a ceiling on them too. This is probably the game you get from Goga, 16 to 24 minutes. 24 is definitely on the higher side. As you can see, all of these games were 16 to 20 exactly. So, yeah, this is what I think we get minutes-wise out of a shit team. I don't mean to – if you're a Chicago fan, I don't mean to say it like that because they did have a really good start to the season. But I think they were like, what, 8-2, and now they're 500. So I don't mean to shit on you guys because honestly, Orlando's not been that good either. At least not compared versus their expectations. One second here. Of course, I hit the wrong button. I've already got that up. I need this. Yeah, they're 9-point favorites. He looks like he could get some junk time minutes. I think Goga Bitadze over his PRAs is a good look. Was good. Hey, that's funny. I was literally just saying, like, I knew there'd be a Chicago fan in here. I ain't trying to hate on them, bro. They just started off hot and then came back to reality. What's up, Val820? I appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. I think I'm running Goga, though, for real. Of course, there's like nobody open I can bet this line into. FanDuel's not open. DraftKings not open. Is Rivers open? I don't think Rivers is open. What are we doing? What are we doing? Going to FanDuel real quick. I am going to the Orlando game right now. Player combos. Points, rebounds, and assists. Yeah, FanDuel really doesn't have that line up. Suggs, Bane, De Silva, Franz, and Wendell Carter Jr. They some hoes. I do lean over Goga Batadze. I am going to try to check back right before tip and see if they ever do post a line, but I do lean over there. You are kind of banking on the blowout junk minutes from him, but I do think you get there. Let's move on to Charlotte versus Brooklyn. Talk about the injury news in this game. I think Michael Porter Jr. is good to go, right? I do not see him on the injury report. I think I saw something come in about Terrence Mann as well. Let's check. Heat will start Mitchell, Hero, Powell, Wiggins, and Adebayo. I think I saw something about Terrence Mann, or maybe it was Trey Mann. I forget. Trey Mann was ruled out. Yeah, Trey Mann was ruled out. Nothing on Terrence Mann yet. Claxton versus Charlotte. Charlotte rebounds the ball incredibly well. Do not forget that. Do not forget that. They're a bad team. They rebound the ball incredibly well. Scrolling through the model, I'm going to like Miles Bridges overs, and that makes sense to me. I think LaMelo is going to get blitzed off of the pick and roll. Also, that leads me to believe I like Miles Bridges RAs under. This is a line that's been really good to us all year. Whether I bet the rebounds or the RAs, this line's been really good to us. I don't like that he had 11 versus Brooklyn this season. It looks like opening night. I don't love that. Brooklyn just 14th in rebounds allowed, 15th. Let's go see what they are versus power forwards. 56% hit rate. Average is very efficient. I do think I got to run Miles Bridges RAs under, though. I do think I got to run this. Why doesn't someone just go 11.5 and I'll bet it? It's 10.5 super juiced to the under. If I could get under 11.5, even super juiced, I would run it right now. No questions asked. I really want the 11.5 line here. Yo, appreciate you tapping in. I'm going to just wait and see, but like I'm going to keep this line live in front of me. And if it goes to 11.5 pre-tip, I'm running. I am running Miles Bridges RAs. Let me just check the rebounds and the assists individually. I like both, but okay, we have a 7.5, 140 at DK on the. That might be a play right there. That might be the play right there. We got a 7.5 under 140 at DK. I think that's the way I go. One unit of risk, 143. If it's there, I play it. Looking at the Miles Bridges under 7.5 rebounds. You can also get that at ESPN and then FanDuel. I'm sure you can your way it at this point. It's going to be a little pricey no matter what, but even up to 150, I like it. Let me give you the model edge. Miles Bridges rebounds at the 7.5 number. Looks like I have to run this again. Hold on. Let me make sure it's actually here in the app. Charlotte. Make sure my odd screen's not fucked up. Rebounds over, under 7.5, 143. Yeah, let me just bet this so I don't fuck around and lose it. And then we'll talk about it more. All right, I got that in. Now let me get it released, and then we'll talk about it a little more. 1 unit risk opposed to 1.4. Yeah. All right, love that. Yo, appreciate you tapping in. What's going on? Appreciate you tapping in. Okay, yeah, ran that. Let me get that in the banner as well. Do like that Miles Bridges under his 7.5 rebounds number. Anything else in this game? I wanted to run LaMelo unders, but I thought we were going to get like a 19.5. Really wanted a 20.5. 18.5. I mean, they blitz pick and roll ball handlers. Maybe there are some 19s out there. DraftKings is actually at 20.5. We might be running a LaMelo under his points. Actually, a very decent possibility I'm running LaMelo under his points. I guess the Trey Man is what did that, but I would still expect Sexton to take up some of the extra minutes, and they're good. I think they'll be cautious with LaMelo. Rivers. Wait, no, DK 114. Yeah, DK 114. Player points. LaMelo under 20.5, 114. That's the best number I see. Yep. Just got to stay with the process. Just got to stay with the process. Yep. All right. Let me get that in the banner, and then we move. Kyle Kuzma revenge narrative. I think I saw Giannis is in, so not sure I have an opinion on that. That game may have just tipped as well. I'm not sure if that was a little bit earlier or not. LaMelo ball under 20.5 points. Got that in. Now we move. Honestly, I'm curious if Michael Porter Jr. overs in this spot. You open this back up. Close this. Nets, Michael Porter Jr. Not enough of an edge. Honestly, lean under RAs here as well. Charlotte rebounds the ball incredibly well. He had 9 in the first matchup, just 4 rebounds. Let's go look at his RA averages without Cam. Brooklyn allows a bunch of assists. I'm sorry. Charlotte allows a bunch of assists. Yeah, he probably is trying to get out of there. I'm not going to disagree with that. He is trying to get out of there. Very strong lean under to that Michael Porter Jr. RAs under. Very strong lean under Michael Porter Jr. RAs under. So the interesting thing about Colin Sexton is they're incredibly good versus pick and roll ball handlers, and then they're equally as bad in transition, which is like the two ways he gets buckets. I know I lean over here. Probably going to leave it as a lean because they do blitz a lot. But I would lean over Colin Sexton in that one as well. Let's move on to Houston versus Utah. Utah is an 11.5-point dog at home. The next two games are low-key kind of ugly, so I might not have any action, but we'll go through them each nonetheless. Steven Adams has been announced that he is officially out. Oh, this is a guy. They just played this game. Okay, Sengun had 27. Only 4 boards is wild. I make the line 24 for Sengun. Lean over. How has he done in the blowouts? Over in 3 of the last 4, but then struggled early season. Probably going to be a lean. I don't like these massive blowout games. But lean over for Alperen and Sengun there. Keontae George coming off of a literal dud. Deuce. 0. Nothing. Yada. Nada. Gotta bounce back, right? I don't know. What's funny is we spent some time looking at his over. Thankfully, we did not play it. But I had conviction to the over 19.5 in that game. Now I'm going to just chill the fuck out. This is the exact same matchup. Bro couldn't do nothing versus them. Lauri Markkanen, 18. Get to have 8 boards. I do not think KD's scoring 26 points tonight. I make it 23-5-9. That's exactly what I would have thought. Every time I fade KD, he'll shoot like his season high in attempts. He's got to get it done in the first 3 quarters to get it done. Lean under Kevin Durant points in this one. Very strong. Also, this Amon Thompson. Let me go to my model. Okay, my model's a lot closer to market than I would be. I lean under his points, but the model actually kind of leans over. It's split. RA's model leans over here for sure. This is something I could get behind a little bit more. Yeah, this looks better to me. Let's shop around. $12.5s are bumping to 13.5s. Becoming a little less intrigued at that price. If I would have got the 12.5 at a good number, I'd probably run it. That number is disappearing now. Plus, it's a blowout, so I'm not worried about overextending on this game. Let's move on. Dallas versus Denver, another 11-point spread. Injury news in this one. AD, game time decision. PJ, I think I saw Clay's now probable. Jokic, I think I saw is also probable in this one. Like I said, massive blowout potential. Is this in Denver as well, or is this one in Dallas? If it's in Denver, it's a wrap. It's in Denver. I mean, it's a wrap. I do like Christie to hit 2 threes, though. You could lay this with something. I like Christie to hit 2 threes. Flag didn't play versus Dallas this season. I lean over Cooper Flag's rebounds at 5.5. Yeah, but I only make it 5.8, so there's definitely not anything actionable there. It could get ugly. Yeah, no, I'm cool off that game. Let's get one more NBA game, and then we move on to the NFL. I do have one official out in the NFL already as well. All right, we are on to the Lakers game. I do already have Luka over his PRAs. We can touch on that first and then get into the rest of the slate. Luka over 49.5 PRAs. Looks like the lines haven't moved at all. So, yeah, here's the thing. Over an 80% of games this season. If you take the blowouts out of that, it's 92% of games this season. People will be like, oh, but what about Braun being back? Don't give zero shits. Let's talk about it. Usage percentage on the season, 38% with LeBron. Oh, it's gone up in the last 4 games? Okay. Potential assists averaging 14.7 with LeBron, 16. Oh, it's gone up? Okay. Rebound chances, 13.3 with LeBron. Without LeBron, 12.9. Oh, so you're saying that that's gone up as well? Okay, so we're getting a discount, plus his usage has gone up, his potential assists have gone up, and his potential rebounds have gone up. Okay, yeah, we'll take that. Thank you very much. Meet you guys at the bank. Luka Doncic over his PRAs. Thank you very much. I'm honestly like low-key, what's a Mark Williams PR under talking like? He's been crushing it as of late, though. I think he's got a difficult matchup tonight, but OKC's not cupcake. OKC's not a cupcake matchup. You know, honestly, low-key, neither is Minnesota. Lean under Mark Williams PRs, but that's going to be all I have for you. Let's talk about Ayton. I'm at 16.5 points. I mean, massive over. Rebounds, not so much. I mean, dog, this line just really doesn't make sense. They're 9th first rollman, but they're 27th first post up. This line doesn't make sense. So this is what I'll say about DeAndre Ayton too. There's been at least once, if not twice this season, where he lost us a bet. But the good news of that, I think the only loss we had on him was refunded. So while I still tracked it as an L, we at least, got our bread back. Booker under PRs. I've cashed a lot of Booker unders, so I will look into that. This game is in LA. Man, I don't know. I think I got to run Ayton. All right, I'm running Ayton over 13.5 minus 0.4 at FanDuel. FanDuel. NBA. Suns, Lakers. Player points. Points over under. See all. Ayton. Okay, I got that in. Now let me get that out. Ayton's overs. DeAndre Ayton over 13.5 points. Save and show. All right. Luka, we already ran. What did I say? Lakers are, 27th versus catch and shoot. So there's a lot of players that are interesting in this. Royce O'Neal could be interesting. A Grayson Allen could be incredibly interesting, depending on Dylan Brooks 3+ versus the Lakers at plus 150. I think there's some value there. Oh, that's Devin Booker. Okay. Dylan Brooks is at minus 108. That makes a lot more sense. Let's go to Booker, though. We had a PRA, some kind of request to the under. He scored 27 in his last game. Line is 26.5. Low key, we probably are done talking. We're probably done talking. 23-4-8. Now we just... All we ask ourselves now is it points or PAs. Devin Booker. With it being the Lakers and how they like to collapse on the paint, I think that could lead to some Booker assists tonight. So let's go Booker under 26.5 points, minus 115 at Bet Rivers. Let's go Booker under 26.5 points, 115 at Bet Rivers. Let me get that out. Give me a second to bet it, release it, and then we'll move. Could be the last bet in the NBA side. Gives us a pretty good slate, low key. Probably got 6, 7, 8 bets. I don't know off the top of my head. NBA games, scroll, Suns, Lakers, points, Booker 26.5, 115. Thank you very much. Cool. Let me get that in the banner. And then honestly, we'll probably transition over to the NFL. And I'll probably tell y'all to give me we'll take a 2-minute recess while I grab some water. Honestly, some Mountain Dew. And we'll get right back into it. Okay, 1 second. Let's circle back to this game. But yeah, low-key, I think Booker is the only thing really tempting. Luka double-double at 140 is tempting as well. He could get their rebounds or assists in this one. Probably just leave that as a lean, though. We had a Reeves request. I think the rebounds have looked really good with LeBron on the floor. Yeah, we might have 2 Reeves plays. Yeah, I think I'm running Reeves right now and running Reeves rebounds over right now. We could get hooked on the 4, but I make it 6.25. Running it right now. Running it right now. Just ran his rebounds over. Now we ask ourselves, do we want to run the assists under? Yeah, I'm going to run Reeves under his assists as well. Over rebounds, under assists. 09 at DK. Yep, running it. Okay, we're ending up with a pretty nice slate here. I think that's going to call for the NBA. I'm going to take like a 2-minute recess, but let me recap everything real quick. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to go fill up my drink and get ready for the second half of this slate. Probably only have like another 20 minutes. Kevin Porter Jr. over 1.5 threes, half a unit. Tobias Harris under 5.5 rebounds. John Collins under 20.5 points plus rebounds. Luka over 49.5 PRAs. Norman Powell over 20.5 points. Miles Bridges under 7.5 rebounds. LaMelo under 20.5 points. Ayton over 13.5 points. Devin Booker under 26.5 points. Reeves over 4.5 rebounds and Reeves under 4.5 assists. And then we have one official NBA play right now, NFL play, Drake May right now, but give me 30 seconds or so. Give me about a minute and we'll be back with the NFL. We're back with the NFL in 1 minute. All right, we are back. Let's get into the NFL portion of today's show. I have one play out already. Drake May over 242.5 passing yards. That's not the right game. Is it at the top maybe? Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday Night Football. Giants at Eagles. Drake May. Looks like it's moved slightly. Probably still. Okay, it's gone up just a little bit. We played over 242.5 earlier today. Oh, goodness. 244.5 is still good to go. I make this number closer to 260. Season average is 260. Average in wins, 257.5. Giants, although they are under a new coaching staff, they are 25th in passing touchdowns, 24th in passing yards allowed. They have played some teams tight, some teams competitive, though. And I'm actually hopeful that they do stay in this game so we do get some kind of pass offense out of Drake May in the second half. PJ Washington ruled out. Clay Thompson available to play. Anthony Davis available to play. My dog just came to let me know that he needs outside, buddy. I'll be done in about 20 minutes. I'll let you out. Jackson Dart, honestly interesting. 17th in passing yards is New England. Let's go see what some other QBs have done versus them. Historical lines, quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield, 273. Fields, bum. Flacco, old. Penix, bum. Gabriel, bum. Cam Ward, bum, still win over. Spencer Rattler, bum, still win over. Bryce Young, bum, and then Aaron Rodgers, old. Okay, so a couple good quarterbacks, couple bum quarterbacks have gone over this number. Where do I put Jackson Dart? Somewhere in the middle of that, in the unknown section. Probably going to stay off of his passing yards, but don't be surprised if we are on his rushing yards. I know he has said that he needs to be more cautious, and he's coming off of a concussion, so that would be what keeps me off of this. However, he's a young guy, and he only knows one way to play right now, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I mean this in like a good way. Like he plays hard, but he plays with like a reckless abandonment that he's going for that first down, and he'll worry about the injury later, and that leads to incredible football to watch. But when you're investing in somebody to be, the next quarterback for your franchise for 15 years, that might worry you. As fans, it's dope as shit to watch, though. So don't know if we're going to see any adjustments out of Jackson Dart in the rushing game. I do lean over his rushing yards, though. All right, Trayvon Henderson. You know you want to run this, especially like a 60 plus. And I know, we both want to bet his over. First, the Giants, what are they in rush yards allowed per game? 32nd. I thought they were dead last. I know, we want to be on this. Let's go to the Props.Cash mobile site. I'm going to look at some alternate 60 pluses. If I get a 125, it's going to be hard to keep me off of it. And then we all know what will happen. They'll bench him, and Ramondre Stevenson will get all the touches. Okay, I don't see any straight, so let's keep shopping. Rockets will start Thompson, Shepard, Durant, Smith Jr., and Sengun. Props.Cash mobile. I just had it up. There it is. Props.Cash mobile, NFL, Henderson. Rushing yards. Damn, FanDuel's 140 on that. I got a 61.5, 119. Probably low liquidity. I wanted to get a slightly better number. You couldn't ask for a better matchup. 60 plus is minus 140 on FanDuel. Definitely lean over there, even if we just build an SGP. Would be afraid to back either running back on the Giants tonight. Receiving yards, Henderson. Well, that's a good question. What are they in receiving yards allowed to running backs this season? B, 20th. Is the Russian receiving maybe a little nicer to us? I do like the Russian receiving for Henderson as well. Trayvon Henderson, Russian receiving. Let's finish the slate, but I might come back and run that. I feel like Diggs' line's too high even versus a really shitty secondary. Nothing for me on Hunter Henry either. Wan'Dale Robinson, 57.5 receiving yards, coming off of a $156 last week. I don't think it's as glaring of an overspot this week. Boutte, Theo. '24th in receiving yards allowed per game to tight ends this season. Also, snap share looks good. Are the targets better with the rookie? I'm pretty sure they're a lot better with the rookie, but don't quote me. No, they're comparable, slightly better, but he got him with or without him. 4 targets in all but one game with Dart. Receptions lines 3.5. Damn. Honestly, it's deeper. The deeper you get on, it's tough, bro. I lean over yards and receptions. I like the yards better. What is his longest reception out of curiosity? Okay, I was hoping we'd get like a 14. Everyone's 15 or 16. Theo is tough. I like the yards. If I had to run something on Theo, it would be the yards. He's also got some red zone targets, though. He's also got some red zone targets. So, I mean, they got to get there for that to matter. Yeah, they've got to get there for that to matter, but I do think he could be a sneaky anytime touchdown look. And I forgot, we do have a DraftKings something. Is it longest touchdown? What's the special in DK today? All right, DK is longest touchdown. So let's spend a moment speaking on the longest touchdown. I feel like Diggs will be popular. I feel like Wan'Dale Robinson will be popular. Longest rush touchdown, 30-second. I like Henderson, but I feel like it's going to be super chalk. Like if we win that, it's going to be $25 a piece. Sometimes it's the best bet, though. Maybe I just run this. Any ideas on the longest? Like, I feel like it's probably going to be a receiver in terms of, like, most bet. I don't know what kind of value Henderson's going to return us. I really don't. Matt Collins is seeing his snap share go up. Maybe he's a sneaky one for longest touchdown. This is an interesting way to do it. Diggs and Wan'Dale both have the highest longest receptions. I feel like Diggs is popular. I feel like Wan'Dale will not be low key. Is Matt Collins our go-to right now? Matt Collins for the longest touchdown. As little as you can bet on it, but just for the rewards, let's do it. Plus 300 at DraftKings. Plus 300 at DraftKings. Matt Collins, longest touchdown. 0.05 units just to apply the boost. Now, do I run this? Trayvon Henderson, Russian receiving straight. I think I do. Last play of the day. Treveyon, Trayvon Henderson. So I had to go to the mobile app, and your boy kept spelling that bitch wrong. I do like his rushing attempts over at 13.5 too. Actually, I really like that. Rush and receiving. You got an 80+ rush and receiving minus 140 at FanDuel. Yeah, it's either that. I like his rush and receiving or his rush bought down just a little bit. Unless we just go FanDuel 50% SGP. I think FanDuel's got a 50% SGP. I might just build that bad boy with y'all and then dip. Log back in. I got logged out. All right, so our 30% SGP, you know what? I hate to buy down in these SGPs, so let's just reduce risk and then hope we're right on each of the reads. Let's go Trayvon Henderson over Russian receiving. I believe this is under rushing props. Alt Russian receiving yards. No, I just go to the over-under. I'll take the 83.5 Trayvon Henderson, and then I want passing yards over for Drake May. We'll take them. We'll take the 240. They don't have a 240. Okay, we'll take the over 244.5. It's a little higher than I paid, but that's okay. And I think I'm going to take Jackson Dart over 27.5. No, Rivers is at 26. That's not a great number. Can't parlay attempts, or I'd probably take Trayvon's attempts over. Let's go Theo Johnson, 3+ catches. Theo Johnson, 3+ receptions. Alt receptions, all players. Theo Johnson, 3+. That gets us to plus 497 with the boost. Lock that in. And we are good. All right, let me recap everything real quick. Then we're going to get out of here. I think just one straight on the NFL. Although I was really close with Trayvon Henderson. PRs, I'm in NBA. Trayvon Henderson, Russian receiving yards over. Real quick, to recap everything, I have Kevin Porter Jr. over 1.5 threes. That was a half a unit play. Tobias Harris under 5.5 rebounds. John Collins under 20.5 PRs. Luka over 49.5 PRAs. Norman Powell over 20.5 points. Miles Bridges under 7.5 rebounds. LaMelo under 20.5 points. Ayton over 13.5 points. Devin Booker under 26.5 points. Austin Reeves over 4.5 rebounds. And Austin Reeves under 4.5 assists. Those are separate plays. For straights, the only official NFL straight play I have is Drake May over 242.5 passing yards. I did sprinkle as small as you can go to get to the bonus. Mac Hollins, longest touchdown today for the DraftKings boost. And then I do have a 25% bonus bet, 0.1 unit parlay using their promo. Henderson over his Russian receiving, Drake May over his passing, and Theo Johnson to record 3+ receptions. That's all I'm going to have for today. Best of luck tonight. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Until then, man, let's go.